Hey everybody, I'm Brendan72Mo. This is the Albany Franken Stange, and I'm about to find out if it will off-road. This is the first of 3 vehicles in my special Halloween edition of Will It Off-Road. This is actually the 5th most voted for vehicle that we've had, so, we're kind of keeping with the voting theme here. And by the way, happy Halloween to you. Hope you get all kinds of good candy if you're the type of person that goes trick-or-treating. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. But we are off with some purple tire smoke that goes... I love this car. I spent a lot of money. It's by a horn for this car, but I bought tire smoke and all that. It just seemed fitting. This will be... Actually... Oh, hi, tree. All 3 of the vehicles today will be really interesting because all 3 of them are known for having an excessive amount of torque, not the best handling, and overall can be a challenge to drive at speed, and I'm going to take them in dirt and up a mountain. So this is going to get really interesting really quick. Surprisingly, though, other than some fishtailing, Franken Stange is doing all right. It's not... I figured, in the dirt it would just be nothing but massive amounts of wheel spin, but it's doing fine. It's handling the uneven pavement, or the uneven trail just fine. Let's see how we do on this jump. Drama-free. Took out a hiker. Let's see here. This is a bit of an incline where some vehicles that are really torquey can really start spinning. But no. Wow, look at this thing go. It's actually putting its power down through the rear wheels in the dirt with no trouble whatsoever. This is kind of impressive. Here's another big challenging spot and a little bit of wheel spin, but it does struggle now and then because, I am trying to be careful not to get wheel spin, so I can't keep up a lot of speed, but it gets the power back down when I've slowed down without a whole lot of drama here. Ooh, got a little bit sideways. But this is pretty effortless so far. I mean, we're nearly 2 minutes into this and no complaints. Little wheel spin coming out of the last little bit into that turn there. But that's pretty common. We see that in a lot of vehicles, so we can't knock the Franken Stange for that. And yes, it is how you pronounce it. Franken, of course, being a reference to Frankenstein's monster. And Stange, which is my best pronunciation of that I'm going to get. I've listened to it over and over and over in Google Translate. Basically, it's the German word for rod, so kind of a play on the hot rod thing there. Yeah. Oh, more hikers to take down. Get them both? Oh, no, we only got one. Oh, but she's definitely dead. She's definitely dead. I am really, really impressed with this car's ability to off-road. I thought this was going to be a nightmare. Pun. Well, okay, fine. It's a good pun. I didn't intend it, though. Since it is Halloween, scary, frightening things. Yeah, you get it. But this has been okay. Let's see how we do coming up the backside of this rock. This thing is slippery. A lot of vehicles struggle back here to get traction. Let's see what happens here. Oh, come on. Wheel spin. No grip. And we're going back down. Okay, let's go down. Get a slight different angle on it and maybe a little bit of a run up just to see how we do. Look at that. In the dirt, it just grips and goes. If you just are careful with this thing. Oh my God, it just climbed those rocks. I am absolutely impressed with a time of 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Taking out another hiker. Will it off-road? Yeah. Oh my God, the Franken Stange can off-road really well. I am genuinely surprised by this. So let's get it lined up to take it back down the mountain for a controlled descent. Let's see how we do here. Of course, we're always slow off the line here. Can't full throttle like I do for the ascent because I'll just go flying off the side of the mountain. Let's see how we do. Oh, a little high-centered there on the rocks. This car has okay brakes, but they can be a little lacking, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. coming down here in the dirt when I need to keep things under control. Get a little fast there, trying to scrub off some of that speed, but no lockups. Ooh, little fishtail. The engine's making kind of a wicked noise right now, though, as it coasts down the hill. I don't know, it sounds... I don't know, that's kind of a cool sound. I don't know how to really describe it. Almost like a rush of wind. It was really cool. Yeah, the brakes, every once in a while, they're wanting to lock up, but it's really easy to correct. Just let up a little bit on the brakes, and you're fine. Wow. I know I keep saying wow. I am genuinely impressed by how well this car is handling this really wide turning radius. Get around that narrow bit. Okay, let's see how it handles some uneven terrain. Like a champ. A little bit of bouncing, but not too bad at all. First jump coming up, and very front heavy. I couldn't get it back flat, so it caused me to hit the side of that a little bit. But it's real easy to control, though. Even though it's front heavy, I'm not having any difficulty whatsoever so far in this controlled descent. Another big jump, front heavy, but I was able to get that back down a little bit. Do a couple more twisty bends. Again, just drama-free. That jump was beautiful. This is unbelievable. Who knew that an old Albany hot rod would make a good off-roader? Let's just, whoa, a little bouncy bit in that bit, but had a little speed too. So coming down to a ground level trail. Again, back end keeps bouncing around on me, but it's not like a lot of cars where the back end bounces around. This one isn't wanting to spin around when that happens. It stays in a straight line, so not bad. Onto this little dirt trail here that's really hard to see. To the tree of many crashes, and oh, the tree of many crashes claimed yet another victim. I am staying off the throttle a lot, though, because this car does... It'll just get away from you so easy. It just has so much torque that it puts out to those massive rear wheels. You do have to be careful with it. So I am being careful, but still, it's way, way better than I ever anticipated it would be. And we are down on our controlled descent in 2 minutes 59, almost 3 minutes. Not bad. So let's take it back up to the top of Mount Chiliad at a beautiful sunset here and throw it off the side of the mountain. See how much damage it takes here. Again, not every car has the same damage model. Oh, we've already lost a headlight. And therefore, like, there's some cars that even the windows don't break, or have some windows that just won't break, even though you can be shot through them. Some cars that the body never deforms, no matter how much damage you do to it. The car will just suddenly blow up from damage, giving you no visual indicators that there's a problem. So we'll see how the Franken Stange does on this. Getting bounced around a lot. It is a pretty long vehicle, so there's more of it to get caught on the different obstacles. But not too terribly bad. Ooh. Definitely getting banged around, though. But it's pretty damn easy to get it out of anything that it gets caught on and keep it going down the hill. So, well, I guess we can't really call Mount Chiliad a hill. It's kind of in the name, mountain. Yeah, whatever. But it's doing fine. I'm getting on the speed. It's going in a straight line. Woo! Got some serious airtime there. That was kind of nice. Oh, and landed in a tree. What better place to land? And we're practically down in what has been a very uneventful, very surprising, great performance from this car. Holy shit. Okay, so if you're looking for an off-roading vehicle with a Halloween theme, I think we found it. The Franken Stange, an off-roading beast. Though I doubt it has, ground clearance to do rock crawling. But we're down with a damage descent of 1 minute, 47 seconds. And let's take a look. It doesn't look too damaged here. We have a headlight out. The wheels are a little bit bent. And as you'll see as we pan around here, that both the left doors are misaligned. They won't close properly. And we have some slight paint scratching. But other than that, it looks to be like it's in really, really good shape. So that brings us to the next Halloween vehicle, the LCC Sanctus. That's right, the skull bike. Just got this vehicle, so there's actually no votes for it yet. It's too new. It just came out a day ago when I'm recording this, but 3 days ago by the time this video goes live. So yeah, not enough time for people to have actually voted for it. This is gonna be, I don't know, this could go really, really wrong because this bike does a burnout, it will drift, it will do a donut. Hell, this thing even does a burnout in reverse despite the fact that you're using your feet. I still don't understand that. But the back end, if you've driven this bike at all or seen any videos on it, you know that this bike does not have much grip. And of course now it is pouring down rain. Kind of fitting for Halloween. Nice dark, rainy day. Got some fog in the distance. Very, very fitting for the Sanctus. And of course it puffs out that evil looking black smoke every time those unique flames come shooting out of the tailpipe. But surprisingly, no wheel spin so far. We'll see once we get up into some of these intersections how it does. But yeah, see, we're starting to get a little wheel spin as my character Brenton decides to ride with one hand several times. What is the speed on when they put both hands on? Something like 50 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour? I don't really know. Alright, first little challenging bit. A little bit of wheel spin, but other than that, it was easy to get back under control. In general, bikes do okay off-roading because they don't have a whole lot of weight. Some of them that are underpowered may struggle. Of course, I've only tested, what, one other bike so far? I don't think we've taken a lot of bikes, up or down this mountain. Mainly because it's pretty much a suicide mission for the damage descent. Yeah, what we're running into with the Sanctus isn't so much traction issues as it has a huge turning radius, which I don't really understand. I mean, I get that it's a long bike, especially that long front fork, but it has just a massive turning radius. It does not want to go around a corner at all. And when it does finally decide to go around a corner, it wants to slide around the corner instead. But other than that, this is pretty easy to do. Even in the rain. I figured this rain would be a DNF and I would have to wait and re-record this. That happens a lot with vehicles. It'll be raining and I'll go to test them and they just can't get up the hill because of the rain. Matter of fact, in the third vehicle that we're going to see, it started raining during the descent. And of course, I have to drive this thing back up the mountain. You guys don't see it, but I go back up the mountain a second time, obviously, to be able to throw it off the side of the mountain. And it couldn't make it. The third vehicle could not make it in the rain. It just wouldn't do it. But the Sanctus, no problem. Let's see how it does on these really slippery, wet rocks over here. If I could get it to turn the corner. Pretty damn good. I'm being really gentle on the throttle, though. So we are up in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So will the Sanctus off-road? Yeah, it will. Kind of surprising. It did really well. Just had those issues with some of those tighter corners and anywhere that I had speed slowing down. But let's go back down now. The rain is now letting up. We'll do a controlled descent. And this is where the Sanctus really shitty brakes will probably, yeah, see, it's already struggling just that little bit to slow it down. This bike has terrible brakes. Absolutely terrible brakes. So, I'm going to try to keep the speed off as best as I can. Man, Brenton is absolutely drenched. That's this character's name, by the way. If you search on my channel for a video called Meet the Hills, you actually get an introduction to all my GTA Online characters. They all have a backstory. They all have their own unique character bios. Yes, I'm a geek. So, I think I might be going a little too slow here because like, he keeps wanting to stop on me, but I'm just so worried that that back end's going to come around, and I don't have a lot of time on the seat with this bike. Go around the corner. So, you know, it's probably not the best descent. Maybe if I would have had more time, then possibly it would have been a better downhill. But it's not too bad. It's just I'm struggling to get it to go around these corners. All right, coming up to a jump. Not a problem, though it did get a little bouncy at the end. But with this rain and with these terrible brakes, I'm just really reluctant to pile on the speed here. Because I'm just worried that coming around some of these turns with the weight bearing down on it, that it'll just slide out from underneath me and go flying down the mountain. Not an outcome that you would want. But the jumps are effortless. Of course, this bike, I've already discovered, this bike can jump really well. Despite how heavy it is, it can do a jump really well. Matter of fact, if you wheelie and hit a guardrail, it'll go flying up into the air really nice. Oh, a little too much speed there, but was able to get it shaved off. Definitely struggling to get this thing slowed down when I do need to slow down. Because the brakes are just, they're terrible. I don't know why this thing has such bad brakes. It is a vehicle, though, kind of like the Brawler. If you don't hit the brakes all the way, just basically like maybe 3/4 the pressure or half pressure, you'll stop quicker than if you just slam on the brakes. Coming around to the tree of many crashes, but yeah, it's a tiny little bike, so shouldn't have too much problem there. Definitely not my fastest controlled descent. But in all three of these vehicles that I do today, I kind of went a little cautious just because they're all three known to get away from you. And I did not want to wind up tumbling off the side of Mount Chiliad. Little fishtail there. But we are down with the Sanctus in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Which means it's time for a suicide run. Because I can't imagine this ending well at all. The new bikes are so easy to fall off of. So let's see how long it takes for Brenton to die. I'm saying not long at all. Oh, God. Yep. There's the first suicide. I can't imagine that's going to be the first one. Great. Now I got to get back down to the bike. That's a sheer cliff. I think, yeah, I can go across the side over here. Do some combat rolls that should safely get me down the side. That's a way you can get down the hill sometimes, is if you run and jump, you're less likely to stumble, though it doesn't, as you can see, always work out. Ow. So well. Oh, his face slamming into the side of those hills. But I'm back down into the ravine here. Let's see if I can't find the bike. I hear it. I see it. All right. Let's get back on and hopefully not die again. Though I can't imagine that's really likely at this point. Oh my God, there's so many rocks and it's so easy to fall off these bikes. Ooh. Face planted in a tree. Ow. Yeah, this is not gonna be pretty at all. This is just gonna be carnage. Absolute carnage. Oh, big jump, but managed to stay on. Oh, not there though. God, he's already lost what, close to half his health there, just from those two collisions. The bike seems to be holding up pretty well. Way better than the rider. I'm going to keep the speed on, though. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't fall off there. Okay, stuck a little bit on this rock. Do a burnout, see if I can't get off of that. There we go. Back down the mountain. Forward motion. Oh, man, surprisingly staying planted on here. I would have expected a lot of those impacts would have caused Brenton to fall off, but no. Yeah, he's staying on a lot more than I expected. I figured he'd be dead 2 or 3 times by now. Now we're out of most of the really dangerous. Never mind, I just spoke too soon. Out of the really dangerous stuff as he crashes his skull into the side of a cement wall. Ow. This muddy bit, okay, getting down on the muddy bit. This muddy bit's probably going to be a challenge because this bike has no traction at all. Kind of cheated a little bit by going over the rocks, but you know, you do what you got to do. So up the incline, up, there we go. Lots of wheel spin into the logs, where they damage descent time of 2 minutes 49 seconds. way overshot my normal finishing spot because of those brakes. For our damage, we had the rider die one time. The headlights are out. It has some slight paint scratching, and I don't know. I have played clips of the horn pre-run, and it just sounds like it's a little out of tune. Like the horn took a little bit of damage, which is weird that a horn can take damage. I still don't understand that in this game, but whatever. But listen to it. Does it sound out of tune to you guys and a little slow? It does to me. Anyways, that brings us to our third and final vehicle for the Will It Off-Road Halloween Edition, the Albany Lurcher. This is actually the 8th most voted for vehicle that you guys have chosen. Don't forget that you can vote for the vehicles that you want to see in the Will It Off-Road series by going to the link in the description down below. Vote for as many vehicles as you want, as many times as you want. That's right. You can totally choose which vehicle I'm going to feature next if you spam enough votes. So again, Lurcher, not known for its traction, known for a shit ton of wheel spin, and this thing is really, really long, which makes it difficult to get around some of the tighter corners. So we'll see how that works out for this car. Oh, back in, getting away from me a little bit there, and again, get it back under control here. There we go, back in the straight line. Given this car's extreme weight, I'm really pessimistic as I play the horn that it's actually going to get up the mountain. Because as you can see, it's having trouble. I mean, this is just wheel spin, wheel spin, wheel spin, wheel spin. Unlike the other two, I'm doing my best to control the wheel spin, but that's all it wants to do in this dirt is just keep spinning the wheels. So that could be a problem in some of these areas, especially around some of these turns. With the length of this car, it could really come back to bite it. Oh my gosh, more wheel spin. Come on. I'm just having trouble finding where it can put down the power without spinning the wheels, because it'll start, as you can see there, it'll start to go without any wheel spin, but then they let loose again. Oh my gosh, this thing is struggling. Yeah, this is not a pleasant run so far. I mean, it's doing it, but not very well. What are we going to get here? Alright, well, that's surprising. Oh, more wheel spin. Well, I thought that was going to do it in. Oh, come on. Where is your grip? Of course, it's doing better than the other hearse that I've tested. The Romero hearse, which took, what, something like 7 minutes to get up Mount Chiliad in a fully upgraded version. So at least this thing has a little bit more horsepower and grunt to get it moving than the other hearse does in the game. But still not a quick run up this mountain at all. And it's mostly due to the fact I have to go slow around the corners because it's so long. And that, yep, there we go again. It's just so much wheel spin. You would think with that much weight over the rear wheels that it wouldn't spin that much, but GTA physics and GTA logic don't necessarily correlate to real world physics and real world logic. Come on, get around the bend. Oh, hey, flicked it out a little bit. That Scandinavian flick. Good God, will you just grip? Yeah, I gotta say, out of the 3 vehicles, this one is definitely not on par with the other 2 that we've tested so far. I mean, those are cars that have a ton of wheel spin, or a car and a bike that has a ton of wheel spin as well, but at least I was able to get it under control. With the Lurcher, it just seems a lot more difficult to find where that threshold is between traction and wheel spin. And then sometimes you find it and it'll suddenly start spinning anyway. So definitely struggling to get this thing up the hill. Oh my gosh, come on. Get some speed, man. Maybe, you know, we're carrying the dead guy around in the back. Maybe that's part of the problem. Having Frankenstein's monster back there. He's really hard to see through those tinted windows. I think I have the windows tinted a little too dark. Oh man, how's it going to do on these rocks with that massive wheelbase to get hung up on the rocks? And all of that wheel spin. This is going to be, yeah, it's already dragging, just trying to get turned around. Yep, see the back wheels came up off the ground. And it's just wanting to go sideways. Alright, so let's back up some. Try not to drive off the side of the mountain. We'll back up a little bit, get a bit of a run at it, and see if maybe I can't kind of just do a controlled jump up that thing. If it'll even put the power down to get any kind of speed. See, to prevent it from spinning the wheels, you can't get any speed. Oh, come on, baby. Wow, it didn't get high-centered. I'm really surprised. All right, we are finally up to the top of the mountain in 4 minutes, 25 seconds. Will it off-road? I'll put a yes with an exclamation point, but I don't really recommend it. I should put a yes, but on that one, really. But it's too late to change it now. Not really, not too late to change it. I'm just too lazy to change it. So, let's do a control descent and see if maybe that might be a little bit better. Because this car does have decent brakes. Again, we're still going to struggle with the huge wheelbase, making it difficult to get around some of the bends, but it does have good brakes. So, we'll see how we do on a controlled descent with this thing. You can already tell with 10 minutes left in the video that there's a lot yet to be covered with this car. Yeah, it's going to have not the prettiest damage descent, and you'll see when we get there. Oh, back end wanted to come around a little bit when it hopped there. That wasn't fun. I mean, it was easy to get back under control, but definitely unexpected. And again, as with the Sanctus, I don't want this thing to just put down or put too much power through those rear wheels, because I know they'll start spinning and cause the back end to come around, which that's just disaster up here on top of Mount Chiliad. It's just not what you want. So mostly, I'm just feathering the throttle, letting gravity kind of do its thing. Oh my God, I'm going to have to back up. Oh, the car doesn't have reverse lights? I didn't know that. I know the Lurcher didn't have any backup lights. Uneven pavement, yep, caused the back end to buck up a little bit. It wasn't too hard to control. And how do we do over a jump? Whoa, front heavy is all get out, which is surprising. You'd think this thing would have a lot of weight in the back as well. Kind of a slow and steady wins the race, but I really don't want to get any faster than this, which is the car. This isn't... I mean, yeah, I'm having to be cautious, but it's because of the car that I'm having to be so cautious. And great, as I mentioned earlier, here's that rain that I said started during the controlled descent. That'll make this a lot more fun, but at least it's fitting for Halloween to have a nice dreary day. Oh, shit, up the side there. That hasn't happened before. And a roll. Yeah, not good. Out of the three vehicles, I'd have to say the Lurcher is definitely the one I would shy away from for off-roading. My God, what about that Franken Stange, though? That thing was a beast. At least the rain didn't start till we were almost down, so it shouldn't be too bad getting it the rest of the way down. But it was in this rain that I tried to take it back up, and it just wouldn't do it. It just would not go. The wheel spin was too much. It could not put any power down at all, and I didn't even get a quarter of the way up the hill. I had to just wait for it to stop raining before I could drive it back to the top of the mountain. So it will off-road, but in dry conditions only. As the back end got away from me there in that last little turn. Can't put on too much speed because of this rain. Yeah, sliding there. And we're down on a very slow and very off the side 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So that means now taking it back to the top, and the rainstorm's over. The sun is out again, and we will throw the Lurcher off the side of the hill. It barely got off the ramp. And let's see how it does. What type of damage this thing takes. Oh, God, we've already lost the body part. Already shattered some windows. Yep. And I'm having trouble getting it back on its wheels. That's not the first time that this thing is going to struggle. It just the massive, massive length makes it so hard to get it through some of these really tight nooks and crannies that are in this ravine. This is a ravine, right? I don't know. I'm bad with geology. Saw some sort of body panel kick off there, I thought. Still racing the fender down the hill. I love racing body parts down the mountain. Makes for fun, exciting times. Oh, nailed that rock so hard it took some of my health. Jeez. Come on. Oh my gosh, this wheel spin. Let's see if I can't just do a burnout out of this. Really? You're not going to go backwards for me? Come on. Oh shit. Shit. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. No, don't get stuck. It's stuck. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am full throttle reverse. And now forward. And now reverse. And now forward. Yeah, full throttle. And it's not even spinning the wheels. I don't know what's going on here. This is... I mean, you can see that the rear wheels are extended down, but they should at least spin. Yeah, that's right. It's time to play the funeral dirge, because this is... I am rocking it back and forth. You can see the front wheels going left, right, left, right. I'm trying to get it to rock. Let's try a burnout. It won't do a burnout. What the hell? It just won't put any power down. So I'm going to get out and try to kick it. See if I can't get it dislodged here. Come on, kick the car. Kick the car. Kick it. Kick it. Make contact. Come on, make contact. It's at a weird angle. There we go. Maybe if I could kick it. Of course, for some reason, doing melee damage to a car really inflicts a lot of damage. Especially to the engine. So I don't want to kick it too many times because then it might not make it down. But I just got to get it dislodged. That back end is hung up on something. Just the rocks. It's just so long that... Let's see if I can do a burnout now. Get it off of here. Or at least maybe I can rock it off of this now. Nope. Full throttle in reverse. Full throttle forwards. It still won't rock. It still won't do a burnout. What the hell is this thing stuck on? None of the wheels are moving. At all. And it's making it really weird. It sounds like I'm on and off the throttle, but I'm not. I was holding the throttle down solid. Maybe I need to kick the front of it? I don't have an angle to get to it, though. Shit. I'm trying to figure this out, guys. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna... There we go. Let's see if I can kick it. It's going to really damage the engine. But if I can get... It's either the front end or the back end. It's hung up on something. If I could just get it to move backwards a little bit or to the side a little bit, I really think I can do a burnout and get it out of here. Or at least be able to rock it. Oh my god, the engine's smoking, isn't it? Pretty sure I saw some engine smoke there. Of course, the preview window that I use when I'm recording this in Adobe doesn't... It's only about a quarter screen, but yeah, there's smoke. I can see smoke coming up off the over that rock. Alright, so now let's kick this to the side. See if I can't get that back end to point a little better up the hill. I think I just bent the wheel by kicking it. The power our GTA Online characters have over steel. Come on. This makes for a very boring video. Punched out a window. Punched out the window again. Come on. Come on. Kick it a few more times. We're almost there. I know this doesn't make for exciting footage at all. But there was nobody else in the lobby with me. And even if there was, I'm not allowed to get any help. But I'm not willing to give up on it just yet. It looks like maybe I should be able to rock it now. Yeah, there we go. The wheels are turning. So I can just use the weird physics engine to hopefully get this thing to rock out of this position now. Come on, baby. You can do it. This is the weirdest physics ever. There we go. Is that going to get me over the rock finally? Just keep wiggling it until it... There. And we're free. That only took like, what, 4 minutes to get free from that spot? And look at the smoke pouring out of the engine. The engine's rattling like crazy now. Yeah, this is definitely not the vehicle to take off-roading. I'm going to definitely change that to a yes, but it's back on the screen. Right now it says yes for the Ascent. But seriously, don't take the Lurcher off-roading. You're not going to have a good time. It's just too long, too low, and too torquey. Oh my god, I'm stuck again. And when you do get stuck against stuff, that's your only out, is to do a burnout. It's just so hard to get it to put down power in the dirt without the wheels just letting loose and just kicking up a ton of dust. That's it. Making no forward motion. Little slideways in the mud there. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want this thing to catch on fire. With that black engine smoke coming out of it, it is just seconds away from being on fire. Matter of fact, right after I finished filming this, it started burning. And it destroyed the car. It didn't blow up. Okay, that's one way to end a descent. 6 minutes, 11 seconds. Let's take a look at our damage. Most of the lights are gone. All of the windows are gone. The left front fender is gone. The hood won't close. It has slightly bent wheels, so that might have been from me kicking it. There is some body deformation, so we have some body denting. Major engine damage that's smoking. As I said, just a few seconds later, this thing did catch on fire. And the horn sounds as though it's dying. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Get subscribed if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below. I'm Brendan72Mo. I hope you have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video.